Like we'll get back to cocaine in a minute, but what was the conversation? Don't worry, we'll get back to the coke.
We'll get back. Don't worry.
Yeah. We're not done with that. So, but what was the conversation like growing up about drugs like that?
It it was pretty much like the drugs are bad. Don't do it. Don't touch it. Like it was what you hear in school.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's and I really didn't even like I didn't even know really about it until I started selling drugs. That's when I think my addiction started kickstarting.
Mm-hmm. So, when you came across cocaine, did that conversation play in your head? Like, this is bad, I shouldn't do this? Or were you like, yeah, I'll take two?
No, like when I first started like, selling and stuff, I didn't really want to touch it, and I still remember looking at like the guy I used to be friends with, and I held up a bag and I'm like, I don't understand how this can control someone's life. I swear I said that to him. And then I think it was 2 weeks later I did my first line, and then it progressed from there.
So, right away, you loved it?
Yeah, loved it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It felt like, that warm blanket times 100.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I know. I've done other substances. Oh man, so many. And yeah, I've definitely found my way home, yeah, a few times that resulted in some really bad things happening eventually. So you mentioned, okay,
Yeah.
so you started selling before you started using it?
Yeah.
So
I
how
know.
did you,
Sounds a little backwards.
well, I mean, who's to say? I mean, how did that come to be? Like if you like unpack that a
Like
little for us.
yeah, no worries. Like my buddy at the time, he had a family member that like was really involved, and so he started, and then then he brought me on. That's
Mm,
pretty much how it went. And
mm-hmm.
then yeah.
So were you working at the time?
Yes and no. Like I had a job, and then I quit my job because this was so much better. and I did work in like a warehouse for a little bit just
Mm-hmm.
to make myself look legit almost,
Mm-hmm.
but that didn't last long.
Mm. So I'm just trying to paint a picture in my head here. So where did it go from there? How long did you last? Like working and then I mean so here's an example. When I finished high school, I was selling weed. So and
Yeah.
I bought a Mustang with that money and it turned out to be a crazy fast race car years later and it was amazing. But when I started working, I stopped selling weed. So you came across this person that hooked you up with cocaine that you could sell. Did they hook you up with clientele? Like I'm just trying to understand how
Yo,
somebody
yeah,
that
no, like I had a phone. Like they gave me a phone and a vehicle and everything. Like it
Mhm.
was.
And you were
I
just
didn't even
like
have my learners.
all right, let's go.
Yeah, pretty much.